Welcome back to beautiful scenic Burlington. We are here at City Hall. It's March 23rd, around 5:15, and it's actually the first city council meeting since the ICE action on Dorset Street, the protests, and the videos showing one of the Burlington police officers pushing or throwing two people to the ground. So it's going to be probably a pretty spicy public comment. And there's also a protest that's going to happen, I think, maybe starting at 5:30. I'm not exactly sure. But we've got some of the organizers gathering here. So we just showed up a little early because I personally am fascinated by the organization aspect of these protests, and that there's they're well organized. How you guys doing? Good. And we got the... Are you guys starting at 5:30?
You can ask Will.
Okay. Oh, Will.
What's going on?
Yeah, right on. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Back into staging. Are you thinking top or bottom? I think we're still on the bottom, even if it's a bunch of people. We got we're gonna use. It's not gonna be a lot. Do you want MJ to bring sound, or do you have?
Or you WCX?
No, I'm beautiful scenic Burlington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like a citizen journalist. Whoa!
My friend has one called Vermont Walks.
Vermont Walks?
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty cool. He hasn't done one in a while, but he caught the one. He was here when the eclipse happened, and he got all the people.
Does it happen when it's off too?
It's going down. That's the best video. That's awesome.
That's insane.
Right on. Yeah. Vermont Walks. All right, I'll check it out. Yeah.
They say like beautiful.
Beautiful scenic Burlington.
Not big beautiful. I was like, instead of drunk when I heard that beautiful, so it's not big beautiful, right? Beautiful scenic Burlington. Okay.
No, and I cover like I do like protests, and I cover do cop watching. I do.
Do you have a hat? Cop watch hat?
No, I don't. No, I'm not like a part of BTV Cop Watch.
Yeah.
I do love the merch though. Like,
yeah, that's all I do. I'm not a part of any of these groups. Like trying to get.
You got the Migrant Justice merch
for
there.
Migrant Justice gave me this.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get one of these PSL hats. They're a little harder to come by than I found.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No, I asked people, no extra ones.
You know, maybe one's just gonna fall off somebody's head.
Like, come on, just give me the one here.
Cool. Yeah.
No, you got any kind of following or not?
I've got I've got like 4,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Subscribers.
Maybe like 3,000 on Instagram, and like between 1,000 and 2,000 on TikTok.
Ooh, can you promote my friend? He's from fucking Haiti.
If you want to give a shout out, man, it's going to be what I record, I publish. So definitely give him a shout out.
Here, I'll give you his card. No, he's just got like this guy. He's got a brick and mortar store. He's Haitian. This is like direct trade. He's got coffee, cocoa, art, recycled metal drum art.
What's the name of the store?
Peak Makaya Co-op. It's the second highest co-op in Haiti. And so you'd be dealing with direct trade. This guy's the guy who goes over to Haiti, that owns the business, cleared the forest on the mountain, employed people, grew the fruit trees, the coffee trees, cocoa trees. He planted like 60,000 pine trees each time he goes.
Yeah.
So he's like reforesting Haiti.
Yeah.
He supports the only 5,000 kid elementary school that's near Peak Makaya.
Yeah.
He was like fucking.
Wait,
his art is fucking out of this world.
So wait, does he have like a coffee shop here, or does he sell coffee to coffee
Vermont,
shops?
in Essex Junction, right off the 5 corners.
Yeah.
You take Pearl Street.
Yeah.
And there's like a key bank that's sunk down in here.
Yeah.
And right on the corner, I think it's Summit and some other street.
Yeah.
It says Peak Makaya, big blue and brown sign.
All right. How do you
With
spell?
hands like this.
How do you spell that?
Macaya.
Macaya.
Yep.
Right on.
That has like this, he's like holding like a something or other. I don't know what it is, but it
Cool.
says like free. You can go in there too if you're around and just get like free coffee and free cocoa. It has that every day.
Yeah.
You can check out his fucking awesome art. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, should go there someday. Help him get business. He's having a hard time because he's slowly trying to get distributors. But I've been in there like 3 times, and like nobody comes in.
Yeah.
And it's like just his friends, and we're all trying to market it and stuff. But it's like the most amazing art and like coffee, like the most organic coffee and the cocoa with all the fats in it, everything. Everything's the most amazing. So it's really shit. He doesn't.
All right.
You can scan that thing and he can sell his art.
All right. Let's see here. We got Peak Micaiah Co-op, and he's got a store in Essex Junction. All right, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Charlie. How's life?
Anyone care to say anything for the CCTV tape before I start recording?
There, we got Nathaniel on scene. I recognize that orange jacket. It's high vis.
I'm gonna get it next time.
I've got some neutrals a lot, but usually I'm the one that forgets and they remember. Like way more of them. So
I thought I had something else in there. I'll get it next time. No. Specifically in reference to that movie.
So here's I think Town Meeting TV. Charlie from Town Meeting TV.
Had a half-conceived statement.
And people are signing up to speak.
Hi, I'm here with the BSL. We are hosting a speak out before a city council meeting that is going to be discussing most important thing for us. Recent ICE raid in South Burlington and the involvement of the local and state police in that. We're here in solidarity with the individuals that were kidnapped and illegally detained. They're not on the warrants, and most of them are now free. We are here to do our part to ensure that there can be some accountability with the police forces and their promotion and abetting ICE and the harm that they did not only to our immigrant neighbors but also people who were peacefully protesting. We want to ensure that there can be some accountability because despite what many statements by local state government, the local police and state police were aiding ICE in their mission, and we want that investigated and accountability held.
Not all MAGA, but a lot of MAGA.
Thank you.
All right, so people are gathering. We've got NBC5 on scene. Yeah, the crowd is really starting to gather.
I've tried Red Note, and Red Note actually, like,
Get your sea legs on
Where's
First of all, I wasn't at the meeting. I swear. Here
I'd do it if I knew what to say. I've got some short things. I don't know how much speech. Yeah, I'm not being super short. I'm a good chant person. Yeah. Start a chant. Do chant.
There's my Haitian flag.
Will.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Todd from beautiful scenic Burlington.
Hey Todd, how you doing?
Good. Can I ask you if you have a message that you want to convey for tonight?
Appreciate the offer. I think we'll be speaking at the rally, so I think we'll just hold off to you can fill it there. So thank you. Appreciate
Sounds
it.
good. Yeah.
This is a Haitian flag to go with the coffee station.
Oh, this is a Haitian flag. Right on.
Like strength and unity, unity and strength. Strength makes unity.
And excuse me, sir. Can I ask you if you have a message that you want to share with the viewers about tonight and sort of what you'd like to see happen, maybe at City Council?
Sure. Yeah. I think one of the things that I'm sure we're going to be hearing is testimonies from people that were there the day and people that were, brutally attacked by state police, ICE agents in collaboration with, law enforcement agencies, local police, and one of our hopes is that there is accountability and transparency in what happened that day. And we want to ensure that police officers and those departments that were part of that day, there's actually consequences and clear steps moving forward on how they're going to protect our communities because that day they did not do what they said they did.
Right. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no problem.
I gotta do, but it's okay. It's the principle. It's the principle. I'm holding a sign. You hold a sign. Yeah, you brought a sign and we forgot it. No, it's in your car. We did not. No, I brought it. I put it in your car. So it's like, we were only like 50 steps away from the car.
Entonces, de los comentarios públicos, con los espacios de aborta.
Hi, my name is Kevin Bloom. I'm a candidate for the office of sheriff of Chittenden County, and I was there.
Hey, I'm just listening in.
Okay.
So who are you?
I'm Todd from beautiful scenic Burlington.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't let me interrupt, please.
Todd, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be on your page.
Okay.
Do you have a business card?
I mean, you know who I am. You know my channel. It sounds like.
Yeah, Todd DeLuca. I don't know if I want to be on your channel.
All right. I just publish everything, uncut, so you get to get your message out. It sounds like you're running for office, so.
I don't really want to be on your channel. If that's okay.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Out of respect for Charlie, I'm going to give a little space for this guy who doesn't want to be on the channel. It's strange. Sorry, what did you say?
Nothing. I just don't really want to be involved in this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just thought you said something about stalking.
What?
I don't know. I wasn't sure what you said. I thought you were talking about me.
Todd, I'm trying to do something here right now. Can you please leave me alone?
Yeah, sure. I'm not obstructing you. Go for it.
I'm just going to make sure.
You know what? Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. This way it all stops. Yeah, I might have to come back to you later.
We always we try to be neutral on this channel and just document what goes on. Not everybody appreciates being recorded in public, even people who are on camera, wanting to speak on camera, which is strange. People who are running for public office, too. But let's go. So we've got a lot more people gathering here. Some people holding signs. We've got some local news over here.
Started in one set, but if you are trying to sign up for public comment, hit up my friend Ambrose over here, and I'll sign up for that.
Lately, you never really saw me like sharing excited about we'll see what he gets warmer out. We'll see what he thinks. So he's quite early, right next door. I can see.
Let's go up here and get a higher views. So you can see that, like, since we started filming 15 minutes ago, a whole big crowd. Big. Not by some of the protest standards, but we've got, like, I don't know, 60 people here, maybe? Who've shown up for this speak out and maybe are going to come and speak at City Council, some of them. Hey. The City Council meeting will be starting in about 15 minutes. It starts at 5:45 today. And public comment starts at 6:45. There's one of the women who was thrown to the ground on Dorset Street the other week.
It's good to see you again.
Rather roughly thrown to the ground.
Would anyone like a flag? I'm sure.
I was curious because I was wondering how many
Such as South Burlington and at the City Council.
Yes.
But I feel like I'm holding my breath.
And that last one,
We need to do better for each other. Our state needs to do better for us. They need to stop lying to us. Like, you know what we saw. You saw what we saw. Who's got the power? We got the power! Who's got the power? People power! Who's got the power? We got the power! What kind of power? People power! Yeah. I can demonstrate that we have people power for people's clarity. It's the mass resistance to ICE through multiple demonstrations, campaigns against their surveillance centers, and rapid response networks that trains the muscle for folks to be able to show up to Migrant Justice's call on March 11th, when masked agents, a tactical team, brutally tore people aside to break into a house and steal and imprison 3 community members. Yay! But it's people power. And despite any public policy
work with ICE to terrorize our community, not against it. But it is also people power, which freed Joanna, Christian, Jaime, and Camila last week. Without public attention, for decades, ICE has been stealing our community in the night, taking them across state lines where countless times this year.
I'm gonna put on some gloves.
They are not justice. Because the people were united in action, we brought more than just public attention to the courthouse. We brought more than public attention, we brought tangible, collective power to the courthouse, and we freed them all. Woo! With the March of Socialism and Liberation, and I see a lot of familiar faces here today. I'm pretty excited about those new faces. In Vermont, ICE is trained by the IOF. And we've sort of been closing hospitals, we've doubled the rate of homelessness, all to arm them with more guns and more surveillance. So we're probably not going to outgun them. I think they probably got us beat on that level. But we definitely outnumber them. When they come for our kids, our brothers, our mothers, we're going to win next time because we're not going to have 500 neighbors there to protect our community. We're going to have 1,000. We're going to have 3,000, 4,000, right? I see some comrades of color in the crowd. Thank you for being here. I've been really deeply impressed by us recently because, we've known what BPD has been for a long time. For some folks, since they were young children, we know that they treat us as thieves in stores, targets on every street, in our workplaces, terrorists in public spaces. Folks who have been homeless or anyone who BPD views as poor or discardable also know what I'm talking about, right? BPD has a purpose, and that's to protect property rights above human rights, facilitate ICE's role in the prison industrial complex and in the name of public order, and control and violently enforce a narrative which criminalizes resistance. A lot of people, though, were deeply surprised to see BPD not face ICE to protect us, but face us to protect ICE. A lot of people were surprised by that. And I think that makes sense. I think it makes sense that some people were surprised, because without that lived experience, without that trauma, you might sort of believe that the BPD is here to protect and serve, right? But when they facilitated the kidnapping and particularly participated enthusiastically in the brutality towards us, that was not misconduct or an aberration. That was the uniform of the state doing exactly what it is designed to do.
Right.
So many folks were shocked and betrayed. A lot of those folks were there with us, standing right there with us, who were shocked and betrayed by what BPD was doing. A lot of other Vermonters have been reading headlines about police attacking neighborhoods, right? I'm proud to see folks who have known what BPD are, pulling those folks in rather than pushing them away. So for folks who are nearer to combating ICE, welcome. There's a meeting on Wednesday at 6 p.m. At the Burlington Friends Meeting House to discuss some practical campaign building around getting ICE's Industrial Avenue Stalker Center out of Williston. That's the Burlington Friends Meeting House, 173 North Prospect. You're welcome to come to or share widely for folks who don't know where to start getting organized against ICE. Today, at this City Council meeting, we've got a battle on our hands. The Police Commission, the Mayor's Office, and some other city councils like South Burlington's have started on a mass propaganda campaign after this event to try to save their image. To quote BPD Police Chief Burke, who is inside right now, giving testimony in a closed session, we have lost a huge amount of public faith, and we need to get it back. They're not going to try to get that back with accountability, right? Because they haven't admitted to any of the instances of police violence. They're trying to get it back with lies. They're trying to, can we lie and get our public faith back? But I'm glad that he admitted that BPD has lost some face, right? We may be able to laugh that off. We laugh it off when they say, oh, our hands were tied. We had no choice but to engage in mass brutality. They've been somewhat successful at inflicting some really dangerous lies into the media and community dialogue. The commissioner and two chiefs at the State House last week did a great job of completely dodging every question about use of force, saying that they will investigate that internally later. But for now, all police mobilized, engaged with professionalism, and made the best of a bad situation. They talked about how VSP were masked and had no name tags when they started escalating, at times beating people on the ground or choking them into unconsciousness. But that was for officer safety, because they needed to protect themselves from ISIS chemical weapons, and in case somebody spit on them. They talked about the many ways that the agencies assisted ICE, like holding the door open for them, pushing people to the ground or carving out space for ICE to exit, surrounding people with cars and then nearly running them over, and then removing the blockade while medics were tending to people that they and ICE wounded in open traffic. They said those things openly, and then in the next sentence said, we did not collaborate with ICE. Bullshit. Tanya Bahovsky, who was there with us, was able to ask them how they could possibly say they weren't collaborating in an illegal arrest when they pulled 3 folks out despite none of them being named on the warrant. The public was not given a chance to question any of their lies. They also said at the State House last week that the gathering was a non-violent protest of good Vermonters, but then around 5 p.m., outside agitators appeared amongst the crowd when the ICE tactical team arrived, and both ICE and the crowd escalated things. But BPD's goal the entire time was the protection of Vermonters, and to enable ICE to do their job without being impeded. They were in a really tough position. That's what Mayor Emil Mulvaney-Stanek said in her report while congratulating the department for their intervention and the decision to deploy them. Part of the problem with these public forums is that they tell so many lies in one sentence that we don't have time during public comment to speak to all of them. And at the end of the day, they've completely changed the conversation, right? This conversation is about ICE attacking our neighbors, and instead they've got us litigating these random actions by police. So let's set the record straight before we go in there. They're framing this as a non-violent protest because they want to direct attention away from the fact that this was an unlawful kidnapping, that they were given short but advance notice of. We weren't standing there quietly objecting to ICE stealing members of the community that they didn't even have a warrant for. We were putting our bodies on the line to stop an illegal kidnapping. By reframing it as a First Amendment issue, they try to turn us against each other, shift blame onto this non-existent group of people, these outside agitators, and justify their violence as if the public chanting loudly or shouting at VSP, imploring them to help stop what was happening, is literally the same thing as breaking our bones. They try to leech public power by implying that if they weren't there, well, those 20 ICE agents would have accomplished their goal regardless. And outnumbered by the crowd, who knows what could have happened? So we had to preempt that by stomping on people on the ground, randomly arresting them without cause, and forcibly break the nonviolent blockade of people. They're deeply wrong about that. That we couldn't have stopped ICE. ICE does not run these streets. Who runs these streets? We do! That's right. Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets! They want us to get hung up on obvious truths, like the fact that the landlord fully supported our presence and objected to ICE and the police's presence, to challenge their framing of an unlawful assembly that they were here to keep the peace for. They want us to get hung up on whether it's unacceptable to yell this or that at police who are actively grabbing your neighbors, to mask that escalation. The real escalation happened when ICE tried to run over people, fired tear gas into the crowd, and BPD's own officers started tackling people. Not because we said the wrong thing. We're not going to fall for their traps today. We're going to speak out truth and not get caught up in every little element of their double talk. I want to shout out the incredible leadership of Migrant Justice. A collection of migrant farm workers fighting for their own rights. They've been the ones who provided us, during all this confusion, some clarity of what this is about, right? They've helped keep us focused on what actually matters, which is protecting the most vulnerable of us, who ICE is targeting. I've got Olga who's willing to speak today. Are you translating also? Come on, give her Olga. La policía, la migra, la misma porquería.
La policía, la migra, la misma porquería. La policía, la migra, la misma porquería.
Buenas tardes, primero que nada quiero presentarme, mi nombre es Olga, soy una miembro de la comunidad latina, también quiero presentar a mis compañeros que están aquí conmigo.
Hello, I want to start by introducing myself. My name is Olga, I'm a member of the Latina community, and I'm here with my fellow community members.
Primero que nada quiero agradecer por estar en esta lucha con nosotros. Han sido días muy difíciles para nosotros, pero verlos a todos aquí nos da un poco de alivio.
I want to thank you all for being here today. This has been a very challenging couple of days for our community, but seeing you all rallied here today brings us solace.
Es difícil poder ocultar todo lo que está pasando porque está en todos lados. Vemos tantas injusticias que están pasando, miembros de nuestras comunidades que están siendo perseguidos sin ser criminales. También estamos viendo que hasta están golpeando a nuestra comunidad. ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué está pasando con sus leyes?
And so it's impossible to cover up what's happening right now because wherever you look, you see our community being persecuted. You see our community being criminalized. You see us being brutalized, being taken from our homes. What is happening in America today?
No nos voy a tapar nuestros ojos por decir que nos estaban protegiendo aquel día, aquel 11 de marzo, porque no es verdad. En nosotros no hubo ninguna protección de parte de ellos. Ellos iban para ayudar a la migración.
We will not allow them to claim that they were there to protect us on March 11th. The police in no way was there to help our community. They were there to help immigration authorities.
Ustedes y también los que creen en su presidente o la gente que tampoco nos quiere son testigos y pueden ver todo lo que pasó ese día donde 3 personas fueron golpeadas. Hay videos. Nosotros no podemos mentir, ellos tampoco. Que hagan respetar nuestras leyes porque hemos luchado muy duro para poder ganarlas.
And those of you who were there on the 11th can vouch for this. You saw what happened that day. You saw the 3 people being violently taken from their homes. This was clear. We have fought hard to create laws to protect our rights in this state, and we demand that they be respected.
Si a ustedes le han hecho eso, imagínense que no nos han hecho a nosotros en la oscuridad, donde nada ha sido grabado. Nosotros, como siempre, hemos dado nuestros testimonios. La gente no cree, pero ustedes ya se están dando cuenta de lo que es capaz de hacer las leyes de este país.
And I want you to imagine if the police were beating people in the street in the full view of the public. Imagine what they're doing to our community in the shadows. Yay! We have been speaking out, we have been sharing our stories, and we have been ignored. Our stories have been swept under the rug. But actions like this are necessary so that the public can wake up and realize what is really going on in this country.
La policía tiene que responder. Nosotros no somos tontos. Ellos diciendo que nos están protegiendo, pero no tenemos ninguna protección de parte de ellos. Ellos fueron directamente otra vez a colaborar con migración, con ICE, y eso no pueden hacerlo. También hay leyes que nos protegen y eso fue ilegal.
Now the police would have us believe that they were there to support us, but we're not idiots. We saw what happened. We know what their role was. They were there to support and to serve the immigration agents who are persecuting our community. This is what we all witnessed in Vermont on March 11th, and that is why we are fighting for the fair and impartial policing policy, the no polimigra law, to be respected.
Ellos están violando la ley de polimigra y nosotros no callaremos hasta reforzar eso aún más, porque no respetan ni sus propias leyes.
They are in violation of the policies. They are the ones who are breaking the law, and we will not stop until our rights are respected.
No somos criminales, somos trabajadores que también hacen parte de la economía de Vermont. También, si nosotros nos fuéramos, aquí no serían capaces de poder llevar este hermoso estado que está lleno de tanta gente hipócrita.
We will not be criminalized. We are workers. We are part of the working class. And it is our labor here in the state of Vermont that allows this state full of hypocrites, full of people who don't recognize our value, to live comfortably.
Gracias otra vez más por venir a luchar con nosotros. Nosotros no pararemos, seguiremos en la lucha hasta que se nos respete, porque también somos humanos. Gracias.
Thank you for being here today. We will not stop. We will keep fighting until our rights are respected, because we are human beings and we deserve to be treated with equality. Thank you. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido. El pueblo unido jamás será vencido.
La policía, la migra, la misma porquería.
Give it up, Vogue, everybody!
You guys really don't like the La Policía La Migra one. It's very relevant. Thank you, Olga. I forgot to hone in on one of the things that they keep saying in all of these, which is that they were frustrated with the difficulty of communicating with ICE, and actually we should get rid of the fair and impartial policing policy, because it restricted them. They say that to separate the literal contradictory video showing them assisting ICE. You've got hundreds of hours of video taken by the community, and of course they've got their body cam footage. It's important that we voice today the specific damage that BPD's collaboration with ICE did to us, to the community, so that they don't use their own fuck-ups as a route to dismantling the Migrant Justice and other organizations have fought tirelessly for the last few years. Let's be very clear. BPD escalated this. Rapidly with their presence, actively with their collaboration, and directly with their violence. I can see a lot of people here who I saw directly physically assaulted by Burlington Police Department. That's going to be extremely impactful testimony. And for that reason, I want to make sure that we get those voices out. Shut down the line before they start. The format today, after they've finished their executive session, will start with us giving our public comment, and then Chief Burke will take the stand. So which I know, that sucks in some ways. And in South Burlington, it was the opposite way, where the Chief Burke, or the South Burlington Police Chief and Slaughter started off by telling a bunch of lies, and then public comment happened. I think they have their different advantages, but here's what we can make use of, is setting the tone of truth that cannot possibly be perverted by whatever random shit that he says, all right? The biggest lie by far that they won't shut up about is what a difficult situation they were in. Raise your hand if you were there on March 11th. Right. Put your body on the line? No! What the fuck are they talking about? It was a hard decision. They made an easy decision. They made an easy decision to decide to attack the community. They put their backs against ICE and defended them every step of the way.
I will say, like, Lise has that saying.
We made that really easy decision, the easiest decision of our lives, without the legal protection or stop the guns or army and police alongside us. For the public that's watching at home, they probably, even the public who does not have that experience with Burlington Police Department and the violence they commit against our community every day, for that public, they probably lost a lot of faith in them. And that's a big win. Today is going to continue that. Give me 1 second. ¿Se puede o no se puede?
¡Sí se puede!
¿Se puede o no se puede?
¡Sí se puede!
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 All right. I have some really specific information that I'm bringing that I don't want to get wrong. Okay. So, the City Council's closed executive session has started right now. At around 6:45, public comment will start, and Chief Burke will still be there in the room while we're there. So he's going to be there to answer to, or rather avoid hearing, direct account of the Department of Crime. I'm going to welcome folks who want to go inside to the bottom floor to grab public comment cards. Just going to make sure that I'm correct. Hi. If you see Ambrose right over here, they got some public comment cards. If you have especially direct experience of violence, especially if you know the officer's name, I'm going to really welcome you to come talk to Ambrose. Otherwise, if you want to come inside on the second floor, you'll see the public comment cards there. Ostensibly, we're allowed to continue submitting public comment during the meeting. I know they're going to cut it off. They always want to cut it off and silence the people's voice so that we get to hear from what Chief Burke has to say, right? So I think really important is that if you have direct testimony, please grab a public comment card. Burlington residents or not, we have both. I'm also going to welcome folks, if there's anyone who here is uncomfortable or otherwise afraid of retaliation, or is not a Burlington resident, who wants to speak and was there on the 11th, if you could come when we sort of absolve right here on this right stairs, and we can talk about connecting you with somebody who maybe can speak on your behalf. Likewise, if you're somebody who lives in Burlington and was not planning to speak but are willing to, please also come to that right staircase and we can see if we can connect some folks, okay? Also, you know, they're probably going to make comments like, sort of like really stupid comments like, we have no jurisdiction over VSP or ICE's actions. There's a different hearing for that later, so you can talk about your feelings there. What's really, really important is that we start off strong with explaining how collaboration made everyone there unsafe and how it took those 3 people away from us. So Migrant Justice is going to be starting off our public comment. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, we're going to wind down in a little bit so we can try to stay tuned onto when they'll start letting folks in. You are allowed to come into this hall, that's where we will be. But I just want to do a little energy check. Are we walking in there defeated? Are we proud of what we did on March 11th? Are we proud of what we did last week? Okay, good. Can you chant with me on rhythm? Corey, you'll help me out with this? Okay. We're not afraid of them! We're not afraid of them. Now you gotta hit the exact rhythm. We're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of them. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We're not afraid of them. 1, 2, 3. We're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of them. We're not afraid of them. BPD. We're not afraid of them. VSP. We're not afraid of them. ICE. We're not afraid of them. DHS. We're not afraid of them. BPD. We're not afraid of them. ICE. We're not afraid of them. DHS. We're not afraid of them. Okay, good. Can you switch it up for me? Give me, Vermonters know what to do. 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 1, 2, 3. Vermonters know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Vermonters know what to do. 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 When they steal our friends. Vermonters know what to do. When they tell their lies. Vermonters know what to do. Drop their bombs. Vermonters know what to do. When they take our kids. Vermonters know what to do. When they divide our fight. Vermonters know what to do. When they build their walls. Vermonters know what to do. When they tell their lies. Vermonters know what to do. Shut it down. Vermonters know what to do. Shut it down. Vermonters know what to do. Shut it down. 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 What that was proof of is that we took a poorly established set of chants done with anarchy, and yet we did it in an organized, somewhat way. That's what we're going to have to do in there. Public comment is pretty much a shit show, right? But I'm going to encourage folks to do their best to hit them with the facts and figures really hard, combat their lies before they start. I'm going to soft disperse us. Please feel free to come in with us. Please feel free to come back at 6:45. Extremely important. Yeah, extremely important you come back by 6:45. That's when it's going to open. It might probably open a few minutes early, so please come join us up here on the second floor. I'm going to pass back to Wilda to say something real quick. All right, give it up for Viv! Okay, so we know that we're going to be back here at 6:45. We're going to be packing the pews in Contoy's auditorium. We
We want to hear a lot of rowdy public comment. We want to be speaking truth to power, particularly for those who were there on 3/11, particularly for those who were brutalized by the police and by immigration enforcement on that day. You are not alone. We're here to speak together. We have one another's backs. And we know that one meeting is not going to be enough to create the accountability and justice that we need to see from this travesty. There are going to be more meetings coming in the coming weeks, so I just want to put a couple out there. We also know that we don't want to get sucked into the state and the city's bureaucracy. We don't want to tire ourselves out, going to meeting after meeting and discussing this issue on their turf. So I ask folks to pay attention to Migrant Justice's social media, pay attention to PSL's social media, to others that you've been following that have been promoting these actions, because we want to be selective, and there might be some game time decisions based on what agendas are and how they're set up for whether or not we want to be pulling out numbers to a particular meeting. Because we need to be persistent, we need to have stamina in this, and we also don't want to burn ourselves out knocking our head against a closed door. But a couple ones to put on your calendar right now that we believe will be important to mobilize for. After today, which is the Burlington City Council meeting, tomorrow at 6 p.m., the Burlington Police Commission will also be meeting in this building, in the same room. And we are inviting people to come back to the Police Commission meeting. Keep an eye out for social media to get a confirmation on that, but we believe that the agenda will be focused on the actions of BPD on 3/11, and the Burlington Police Commission is going to be an important forum to really dig into the violations of policy and law carried out by Burlington Police Department, and it will be a forum that we'll be using to push for accountability. So tomorrow, 6 p.m., Burlington Police Commission. But again, keep an eye out for social media for the final confirmation to make sure that it will be on the agenda and that we are turning folks out for that. Following tomorrow's 6 p.m., next Tuesday, the 31st, at 5:30 p.m., there will be another Burlington City Council meeting, again, focused on the actions of BPD on 3/11. So it's great to see over 100 people out here today. With another week to organize, I think we can double or triple that. So mark your calendars, 3/31, 5:30 p.m., Burlington City Hall. Keep an eye out for the social media posts, an eye out on the single threads. Start talking it out now with your friends, your family, co-workers, classmates. We want as many people as possible back on 5/31. Tonight, the formal agenda will be run by the City Council and by the Police Department, but we have a commitment from the City Council that on 5/31 community members will be up front. They will be speaking on the agenda and will be given additional time to lay out the case of Burlington Police Department's violations of the fair and impartial policing policy and the brutalization of neighbors protecting neighbors. So again, Tuesday, 3/31, 5:30 p.m. Spread the word, and let's be back with hundreds.
I totally forgot, I'm sorry. Real quick, just, I know not everybody might be coming back to public comment. Please do, even if you're not planning to speak, it's good to talk to the room, okay? But if you're not coming back, I want to invite you to talk to these folks. I see Ashley Paul here and Antonio and Elizabeth with a made a strong public. Feel free to talk to them. We're planning a big day of action on May Day. Especially Migrant Justice has a...
All right, let's go take a peek. Hey, thanks. Inside. The City Council meeting has already started, but they're in executive session for the first hour of the City Council meeting.
Oh, I'm sorry, Todd.
No worries.
Welcome.
So I thought I'd just peek in and see what's going on here. Hey, how you doing? So the chief is here already. Hey, how you doing? And there's just a few people in here, but this place is soon to be packed. We got some art on the walls too. Here outside the clerk treasurer's office. Let's take a look here. All right, folks are coming inside. Wow. You can see how many people are coming in. I don't know if they've opened up the mezzanine, the balcony. We'll go in after folks shuffle in and take a look at how full it is afterwards. Got the sheriff's candidate heading upstairs. Let's go take a look upstairs. So again, I don't know if they've opened it up, but when it's really full, they do open up the They do open up the top. Let's see, this is locked. And yeah, it's locked. Yeah. You going down?
Yes.
All right. Just gonna ask the security guard if they know who opens up the balcony.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty crowded in there.
Yeah, it is very crowded in there.
Hey, I wasn't sure who to ask, but it's pretty crowded in there, and the balcony's still locked. Do you know who?
I can't comment on anything like that, Todd.
Okay.
If you're recording like right now.
Yeah, I'm totally recording right now.
I can't comment on anything.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Not even just to tell me who I talked to about the balcony.
Oh, the balcony.
Yeah. Just because the door was locked when I checked it like a minute ago.
They don't always open it for like unless they need to.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like. Okay.
They would usually they would tell me beforehand, so.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I'll go ask someone else. Thanks. All right. So. Oh, look, there's still people outside.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. Hey, excuse me.
I'm not sure about here, but I know those two I think are open. So, yeah. I think they're all open. They're open? Yeah.
Does anybody know if you can go upstairs?
All right, well, I thought that was an interesting protest here before City Hall. People gathering to speak and then go inside to participate, maybe in public comment or maybe just to be a presence in City Hall. So from Church Street, goodbye from beautiful scenic Burlington.